Hello and welcome to Witch Moon Magical Arts. My name is Lisa. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces for the month of August. I like to begin by creating a sacred space, a blessing to clear the space for our reading. So I'm going to call upon the God and Goddess to be with us today. Bless us with your presence. Call upon our ancestors, guides, dwellers in the invisible, who are here to guide us and support us. Blessed be. Okay. So as I said, we'll be doing a reading for Pisces for August. I want to get the cards shuffled a few times. See what messages we can get for Pisces for the month of August. Pisces for August. Maybe one more time. Pisces for August. Now I like to lay the cards out and then go through them with you. So we've got the Magician, Seven of Wands, Knight of Cups, Three of Wands, the Sun, Nine of Swords, the World, the Fool, Five of Cups, and the Lovers. Now first off, you've got quite a few major arcana, and the major arcana represent different steps along the your karmic path. It's your soul journey that you're on in this situation, and you've got quite a few of them in this reading. The first one in particular is the Magician. After the Fool, the Magician is the first card. This represents utilizing your skills. Oftentimes it's magical skills. It's utilizing the elements, earth, air, wind, fire, and connection to your spirit in order to bring about the outcome you want. So that's the situation, or the what you're thinking about right now, what you would like to have happen is to be able to harness all those skills in order to create your life that you are wanting. Now, at the same time, you've got the Seven of Wands. Wands are about fire, passion, creativity. In this sense, it's the cross card or the challenge card, and in the picture, she's being obviously challenged and confronted by other people. She is still on the high ground, but she's defending herself. She is doing it she's using her valor. She's using valor and not trying to be better than other people, is what I'm trying to say, but just trying to defend herself and stand up for herself. So that you're being challenged now in order to use those magical skills. There's some kind of Um, and it, it's a group of people. It could be a group of people that are actually coming together to challenge you, or to disrupt your energy, disrupt your pathway. um, Now these cards above and below you, they represent energy that is around you right now. The upper card is what's in the conscious mind, what you're more conscious of, what can be seen by other people for the most part, and it's the Knight of Cups. Now knights are, I want to see, I don't see any other knights in this reading, but knights are very fast moving energy, and the cups are all about unconditional love and compassion. And he is, in some decks, he's on the search, in the search for the Holy Grail. He is looking for um, that unconditional love that he can pour out to others and fill himself up. But at the same time, he can be very dreamy, and that's what all these heart bubbles kind of represent, is that he's he sees the good in things, and that's not that can be a good thing, but it's not always realistic. So there's this uh, chance that you may be looking at things too dreamily, if that's a word, and not really as they are. But being on that quest for unconditional love is a good quest. Is he's riding above the emotions. He's using his emotional strength to move forward into that future, that finding that future for himself. Now, the position at the bottom is often considered the unconscious mind. I like to call it the root, or the that part of us which is innate. And this is Three of Swords. And threes are a sacred number, and this is showing that he's got all of this power, and he's looking over this body of water, which represents the future is just unfolding for him. So you have the innate ability to create what you want in the world. It's all a matter of focusing in on all these other things that are coming into your life, coming into the situation, but you have the innate ability to create what you want, which is what this card is saying. This, you're wanting this, and you already have the power to do that, but you need to work through this challenge, through these challenging times, whoever it is that you're having to defend yourself against. Now, you're coming out of this joyous time. Another major arcana, the sun represents working with others, being in an enlightened state, but in a state that you are joined with other people. It's a community card. It's the spiritual community, which is, again, going back to the magician. He's wanting a spiritual life. He's wanting a spiritual connection. And this is saying that you are able to have that. You are working on that. You have a spiritual community that you have right now. But something, and it's probably, as far as I can see so far, you're worried about something. Something is keeping you up at night. Something, it's like a tape, a loop that plays over and over in your head, and you just, she's literally been up all night, not sleeping, but thinking about this. And it could be whatever challenge this is, you're ruminating about it, and it's keeping you up at night, and you're not on your game. The swords represent intellect and quick-wittedness, and the ability to make quick, clear decisions. But with the Nine of Swords, you can't really do that, because you're not thinking clearly. You haven't slept. You haven't. You can't focus, because you're replaying this tape too much in your head. So you're coming into a time of maybe worrying too much about this situation. Now, you're coming into a completion. You see yourself as completing a cycle. The world represents completing a completing a complete cycle. It's the another major arcana, which shows that she's gone through all of the challenges and all of the steps in this karmic journey, and she's completed it and is starting another one. So you never, it's like you never really are done. There's always something more for you to learn in this life. And so you're coming to the close of one cycle, but you're beginning another one at the same time. But she's enjoying it. She's celebrating that she has accomplished something great. And as I said, at the same time, you've got the Fool. He is the beginning of the journey again. In this position, it shows how other people see you. And his story is that he is the risk taker. He trusts himself, trusts the universe so much that he can take that leap of faith. That's what this card means, taking that leap of faith. And so other people are seeing that about you. You've got this energy now that you have completed the cycle, and you have the trust, the universal and personal trust that whatever happens is meant to happen, and you'll work through it. That's part of the journey, is working through it and figuring it out as you go. Now you've got, I think, well, this Five of Cups here, this is about loss and grief. And in a sense, it could be that you're completing this cycle, so you may be leaving something behind. It's an emotional loss. With this Seven of Wands, you're being challenged. So that can, and then this Nine of Swords, you're losing something. It's a piece of you that you're grieving, but at the same time you've got cups back here that you're not aware of. So that's the whole thing, is that it's all there in front of you, but it's a matter of perspective, and not dwelling on the negative, whatever it is that's keeping you up. If you were able to not dwell on that, and trust that things are going to come out the way they're supposed to, then all will be well. Now, this final card, the Lovers, this is there's a lot to this card. The Lovers is often called the art and craft of relationships. So it's not necessarily just a romantic relationship. It can be learning how to work with other people. But it's working intimately, on an intimate level, on a heart level with people. And having two people in the picture, that represents a decision having to be made. There's two people, two cats, and it's all about having to make some decision to bring things into balance. And so I'm seeing so far that you're completing a cycle. You're learning how to utilize these skills that you have innately in you, but you're being challenged at the same time and worrying about that. Let me look at the bottom card, see what that says, and that's the King of Cups. Now, Cups again are about emotion, compassion, unconditional love. The thing with the King is that he's on an island. He's got all of this sea monsters and waves and stuff all around him, but he is calm on the inside. He is not bothered or not churned up by all of the extra emotion around him. He is able to be at peace, but at the same time, he's on an island by himself. So that can be the challenge of this card, is that it's good to be connected to other people. You need to be connected to other people. And that's what the Queen of Cups does. If she was in this, she connects to people emotionally. He connects to himself and finds that peace within himself, which is very important to do. So it's showing me that you need to realize, like with this four, or was that that's a Five of Cups, sorry. With it's all about being conscious of the emotion, but not letting it take over you. And maybe that's why you're worried and keeping you up at night, because whatever it is you're being challenged with is so hard, is so difficult, that you're not able to maintain that balance. Maintain that balance that King of Cups has, that emotional balance. Now let's pull a couple more cards. I'm just seeing that you've got a bright future with the Sun and this Three of Wands and the Magician and the World and the Fool and the Lovers. You've got all of that energy for a bright future, but there's something that is challenging you, and it's really challenging you. So let's pull a couple more cards. The Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, and Ace of Cups. Okay. Now, this Wheel of Fortune is saying the choice is yours, basically. You can choose anything you want, and with these two cards are saying, I'm sorry, that you're completing a cycle, you're starting a new cycle, you can trust that things will work out, and this is saying the same thing. Make a choice. Just make a choice, and it will work out for you. Now, this High Priestess, she is the companion to the Magician. She also is the holder of esoteric knowledge. She's got two pillars here that represent a decision, a balance that has to be made. She wants you to learn these skills, the skills that the Magician has as well. She wants you to learn these skills and have that inner strength and that inner spiritual connection, but the High Priestess wants you to work for it. She doesn't just hand things out. She expects you to work hard. And that's what all of this is saying, that you've worked hard to get where you are. You've had challenges along the way. But at the same time, you're being given a gift. All the aces are gifts from the universe. And this Ace of Cups is the gift of unconditional love. So if you could, and that's another thing with the aces, you need to grab onto them when you see them, when you recognize that you have a chance to go after this unconditional love. Do so, because it dissipates and it may not come back for a while. So hold on to that gift of unconditional love that this Knight is searching for as well. And whatever challenges are coming your way, it shouldn't keep you up at night. It is, but there is no reason for it. There can be loss. There's always some kind of loss when you're on a journey, but you have these magical and spiritual strengths in you to help you move forward into the life and the creation that you want. So I hope that resonates with some of you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time. Blessed be.